Hi, I'm Nick and this is the TbT channel. Welcome to today's video. Now, you will have found it difficult to miss me talking in the recent weeks about this little groover. This is my Day and Night Technologies DNT Hydra HHS 225. Now, my first thermal unit. First time I've tried a thermal unit, and I have tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and I love it. It does much more than I expected it was capable of doing. Much better quality than I was expecting it to be, and with the discount codes, links below, the price on these isn't, I mean, it's considerably less, multiple times less than they were the last time I looked at it. Having done the videos on these, several of you commented underneath, comments always welcome, commented underneath, yeah, that's good, but why didn't you try the Thermalite? Or I've got the Zulus, how does this compare? Or what about day-night vision? It's all new to me. As I've mentioned before, this isn't something I do. But because you're putting those comments, DNT, because these things I've got here today, I haven't paid for these. Get this out right at the beginning. I haven't paid for these, but I haven't been given them either. I have them purely on loan to do a test because I'm quite impartial. Because I don't get paid by anybody to do anything, I can just try something and say whether I like it or not. And they saw the comments people saying, and they said to me, well, what, do you want to try something else? I said, well, maybe. And they said, well, what do you want to try? I said, I don't know, what do you think? So they have sent me the Zulus HD 5-20 LRF. Now these are, with the discount code below, I think £499. It's the discount codes, we're talking a couple of £100 off of everything here. I thought it'd be like, oh, you know, you get a tenner off or something. A couple of £100 cheaper. And I know that a couple of you, in fact more than a couple of you, have already bought one of these off the link before, because you've contacted me and said, yeah, that was good, wasn't it? So I'm hoping people are going to like these. I'm hoping I'm gonna like these as much. So I've got a Zulus 5-20 LRF, and also I have got a Thermalite TNC 225 LRF. I think, bear in mind, not technologically minded at all, this, I know this is a thermal only unit because I've been playing with this one. This one is a day and night scope, which means you can use it during the day and night. It's not thermal, it's just day and night. But then this one is those two together. It's a day and night and thermal scope. That is very exciting. But today, because this is the LRF, which means it's got a laser rangefinder included in it. This one, I think, as I said, £499. If you want it without the laser rangefinder, it's £399. Price is subject to change. They change all the time. But today, because I looked before I started doing this video, that's what they are. And today, I'm going to look at this one, because this one, at the price point it's at, if I was to buy my first night vision equipment, this is the one that would catch my eye because of the price point. And I think we're all the same or similar. So today I'm going to look at this one. We're going to open it up, see what's in the box, see if I can turn it on, and then see what happens when we look through it. So, like the Hydra, it's a very nice box with a magnetic bit there, and it opens up, and inside we have, I do like the packaging on these. I know the packaging goes in the bin. I've got a Zulus HD quick start instruction. Oh, I like that. One sheet of paper, one-sided, one sheet of paper, quick start, lens cleaning cloth, and I have, for those nights when you just can't get to sleep, a nice big thick industrial strength, the proper instruction book. a lift out bit of foam with a nice velour feel on that. And then inside of here I have a squeaky eyepiece. I have my USB to USB-C, USB to USB lead for connecting it up to things. I have inside of here a rifle mount, which is the same as the one for the thermal one, I'm guessing. Yeah, Picatinny Weaver mount to put that onto the gun, which we will be doing in a different video. I'm going to split this into, this is going to be unboxing, switching on, looking through, finding out how it works. Then, same as with the thermal one, I'm then going to put it onto a gun. Oh my crikey! Oh, now that's sweet. That's small. Let me get it out. As they say. Right. It's wedged in tight. He ain't going nowhere. Come out. That is a dinky thing. Again, with the thermal, I was expecting a much larger, much heavier unit. That's dinky. Look at that. So that's the front, that's the back. First impressions. I'm going to try and describe feelings to you now. Just taking this out, it feels lovely. You know when you get an aluminium thing that's just nicely made, all the edges are smooth, everything moves as it should, all the nicely damped focusing rings there. Right, so what have I got on here? What have I got on here? That's a good question. Well, that is my scope through the centre there, where I look in this end, see out of that end. That, I'm going to go ahead and think is possibly the laser rangefinder. And this part here, because it's got IR 850 written on it, is an infrared torch to help with the night things. So this is terribly exciting. I've got a lot of buttons on this. I've got one with a plus and a picture of a video camera. That one looks like brightness or contrast, but they've also got arrows, an on-off button and a settings button. So let's first of all open it up and get a battery. Did I bring it? I've got a battery. Yep, no battery in there, so positive towards the front, negative towards the back. Oh, I can't believe how nice this feels. It's yeah, I suppose it ought to, even though this is what some would consider to be the budget end of the night vision world. You still don't want to spend 500 quid on something and think, oh, that feels a bit flimsy. This feels like I could happily throw it off the roof onto grass and it would be okay. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Considered it, but no. Speaking of which, I think these again are 800G shock rated. So that's in there. I'm just going to look down through here and press the power button. Oh, DNT optics, it's worked. And that is virtually the same as looking through my thermal, as in the layout of the inside of there, the crosshair. Oh, now that's clever. So first, like a child at Christmas. First thing I'm going to do is adjust the eyepiece at the back here, which adjusts to my eye for the crosshairs and all the writing. So I'm looking to get those pin sharp like that. Then I point it towards something else, turn that. Oh, it's like looking through a camera, obviously, because I am looking through a camera, but the picture quality seems good. Now where is, which one of these do we think is my magnification changing thing? Let's see. Level 4, level 5. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because me looking through this and you watching me looking through this isn't going to tell us anything. What I'm going to do is get this set up, and then I'm going to record from within the unit and show you exactly what I'm seeing, and we'll see what it does. Let's do that now. Here we are inside of the scope. Looking down the garden, I've got it on a rest so that you can actually see clearly rather than me jogging it around. Now, I'm not sure if this shows on the recorded image, but over to the right hand side I've got my angle of inclination with the time underneath that, and then I've got my cant angle over on the left hand side, which is flickering around about level at the moment. So looking through it, I'm on 5 times magnification. Again, I don't know what this is going to look like on the screen, but I can tell you looking through the screen that I'm looking through, that is extremely clear. I've got brightness levels from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now it is exceedingly sunny today, so I'm thinking it's actually compensating for some of the brightness, and it's not as bright through the scope as it is with the naked eye, but I'm sure that will change as conditions change. I've also got on the other side, that button actually flicks between day and night. Because it's bright sunshine, it's not going to do that. I've got a record button up the top, which I have already got pressed, which hopefully means I'm recording this and you can hear me. I think I've turned the audio on. And then I've got my settings button. So if I short press my settings button, it'll flick through the different colours of reticle that I can have. Now, it might be the Essex boy in me, but I'm becoming quite partial to a white reticle, so I'm going to leave it on that one. And at the back here, let me just do a little adjustment now. Here's a thing. Here is a thing. I have twiddled this, what do I call it? What am I looking for? What's the word? The, God, I'm struggling with worms today. The focus, that's it. It's only a short word. I was already thinking of white Ford Escort, so Ford focus. Adjusted the focus to suit my eyes. I don't know if that's going to work out the same on the big screen, but we'll see. So I've got my white reticle. Now I'm going to long press my settings button, and it should take me. Oh, there we go. Maybe I have to turn off something else. I was hoping to be able to take you into the menus to show you all the different menus I have in here, but it would appear that that does not work while I'm recording. Let me stop recording and check that. Okay, now I can't actually record going through the menu settings, which is a shame, because I know that a lot of you like that. On the thermal unit that I tested, the DNT Hydra, you could record while you were going through those settings, but there was a lot less to adjust. So I guess the best thing to do is just tell you briefly what's inside of there. You've got recoil activated recording, which means if you've got it set on that, you don't have to be pressing record. If a shot presents itself, you take the shot, the recoil from anything over 2.2 rimfire, the recoil will activate recording from, I believe it's 30 seconds before the shot is taken. It's always recording on a short loop, so it'll record for 30 seconds before the shot and then 30 seconds after the shot. So that's a good feature. You've got Wi-Fi and you've got Bluetooth, and you've got the ballistic calculator. Now the ballistic calculator is what I wanted to show you, and I will show you through the scope shortly. That is all to do with the laser rangefinder, and you can set in parameters and basically program the scope so that it will automatically adjust the point of aim to wherever you want. But to do that, you have to go into the ballistic calculator and change all of the statistics to your particular gun, which I have done roughly with this. I've actually got this mounted on an air rifle at the moment because it's a steady platform. So I've got it zeroed for 40 meters in. I haven't zeroed the gun yet, that will be another video, but I've got it set for 40 meters as my zero, and I've put in my feet a second and what I think is the ballistic coefficient of my pellet. And if I press my rangefinder there, it's going to tell me, oh no, there we are, 63 meters. It's that little box there. So that's 63 metres away, that tree. So if I want to shoot that tree, if I short press it again, there you go. From 40 metres, that is where it thinks I want to be firing, at 63 metres. What I will say is I think I've got my ballistic coefficients wrong, because that seems a hell of a drop, but you get the gist. We bring it to here, I don't know where there is, so I press my button. That is 36 metres away, so press it again, and it barely moves, because it's only 4 metres different from the actual place where I want to take the shot. So there's 53 metres, you can see it's dropping down. So it is compensating for the different distances with the given parameters I've given it for my pellet, feet a second, height over the scope and things like that. I've just done a rough one to demonstrate it. In the shooting video, which I will be doing on this shortly, I will show you how to do it completely, because it also has a very similar zeroing style to the Hydra, which it makes life easy. You can freeze it, and then you can take the crosshairs to where you want them to be, and it just makes zeroing a lot easier. So we have the ballistics rangefinder, we have there's a picture-in-picture ability on it, and various other things as well, but we will go into that in more detail. But what I'm going to say right now is the picture quality. I've seen people on forums talking about day-night scopes, and they're saying, well, they couldn't commit to one because the daytime picture isn't sharp enough yet. And that is, let me just range find that away, 56 metres away, and I've got this currently set on 17.5 times magnification, which is much more than I ever use. I normally use somewhere around 10. There we are, that's 10. Now I've got some scopes, some expensive scopes, that do look clearer at 50 metres, 56 metres than that, but I think the nighttime abilities of this are gonna, and the fact that I can just press that button, there we go, well, that's where my aim point wants to be. It's absolutely brilliant, just automatically adjust my aim point, and the fact I'm going to be able to use this at night, and that's what I'm going to do next. Enough waffling and looking through it during the day. Oh, let me just actually, while I'm on it, let's go down to the tennis courts. Let's check out the laser rangefinder down there. 312 metres, so that works fine. And if I press it again, out of display range, the pellet would have dropped somewhere in the cornfield, so that's why that's saying out of display range. Let's just check a couple of other bits. I don't know how far the laser rangefinder works on this one. Let's see there, 323 metres. Ranging error, so I know that's 1300 metres ish. That's too far. Bringing it back, seeing where it will pick up again. 915, 920, 978, 1000. $11.86. Yeah, I think 1186 metres is possibly its maximum. But let's face it, you don't often shoot out at that kind of range. Never, actually, is what I'm looking for there, isn't it? Never shoot at that kind of range. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay, well, I'm going to wait for night to fall so that I can check its nighttime abilities. The main problem being it's June the 18th. So I'm going to have to wait till about 11 o'clock tonight to do it, but at least it will be cooler. Let's come back then. Okay, just a little update. It's actually 10:30 in the evening. I've still got full colour. I'm not into night vision yet. It hasn't flicked over. There's me ducks at 40 metres. Now I can only see the block of the black with the naked eye. It's difficult to describe how dark it actually is, but through this scope I'm still getting my day vision. So let me just have a little peek here. That's my rangefinder, and there we go. If I pop that again, yeah, And so it's not flipped over onto night time yet. It's still, I can still see the green in the trees. I can barely even see that tree without the without thing. Just to give you an idea, that's the sunset. That's pretty close to what I'm actually seeing as a sunset, but it's exponentially darker as I get down towards it, and I can only see that as a block of black, not as that actual black with the silver ducks in it. I'll be back in, I don't know, 15 minutes or so to see how that's doing. And that was at 10:30 at night. I cannot stress how dark it was to the naked eye. I'd gone out there thinking, oh, that's dark enough to show the nighttime stuff. I couldn't see the bottom of the garden in any detail whatsoever. It was virtually black into the valley. At that time of night, at dusk, late dusk, this performed without the infrared, without the night vision. This performed far better than I ever hoped an Optima Moonlighter could back in the 80s. Now we're going to get into the dark part. I'm going to show you what it was like in the dark a little bit later. Maybe another, we've got family staying, maybe another glass of wine further into the evening. And I had technical issues. Because every time I flicked between one thing to another, it turned the recording off. So it may seem a bit disjointed. That's me. Let's get into the dark part. So flicking between daytime, nighttime and the infrared turns off the recording. That's what I've learned. That's why we lost that beginning section. So it's struggling to use a daytime camera there, and you can see it's really grainy, which means I have to turn on the recording again. And there we are. That's on standard nighttime scope, just using the ambient light that is around. Down to 63 meters, down to 300 meters. You can't see much, but you can see it's there. And at 40 meters you can see that. I think that would be enough for rabbit identification. And then once more, and I think we've stayed recording this time, and that's it again with the torch on. Now that is, I can't honestly say that's not enough. That is, it's been a long time since I've used the night vision, and the last time I used one was in a barn, close range with lots of rats. But the range on this is pretty amazing. I can clearly see the field. Let me just see if I can adjust my focus there. There you go. See, that's a good 400 meters down to there easy, and it's illuminating all the way. As a night day scope, the daytime bit is good, the nighttime bit is better than I was expecting. So there we have it. You've seen it now during the day, at dusk and in full dark. Much like the thermal unit that DNT sent me, this has exceeded my expectations in every way. It's smaller, it's lighter. The daytime picture is a lot better than I'd been expecting, having seen other people's opinions on various night visions over the years. The dusk performance, really the dusk performance is exceptional. Full colour when your naked eye is picking up nothing at all, and then when it goes full black, switches over into night vision, you've got the infrared torch built in, and that's fantastic. And that's just the standard kit. This particular one is the laser rangefinder one, which has the laser rangefinder built in with the software for ballistics, so that it will automatically change your aim point to wherever you're shooting. That, for us air rifle shooters, that negates the whole caliber debate, because suddenly there's no difference between calibers. Your scope's going to tell you where to aim anyway, so you just use whichever one you prefer. And that is it. That is it. And this This particular one with the laser rangefinder, you can save £300 on this if you use the link below. And if you don't want the laser rangefinder on it, if you can live without it, it's only $399 for the same unit without that. But $499, 300 off RRP with the link. It's great. Yeah. These, as you know, these have been sent to me on loan. They are going back. They've been sent. They will be sent back. But I may buy one of them, and I don't know which one. But this is a real contender at the moment. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. Thank you so much for watching. There will be air rifle content coming up, but the next optics review will be for the Thermite, the DNT Thermite, which is this, but with thermal added. So keep an eye out for that one. That one's going to be good. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.